Greetings to those who are listening in to my video right now. My name is Aiden Daniel Lewin from Group 1, and today I'll be presenting my research report based on workplace stress. Well, as you can see in this table of content, there are 4 chapters to discuss upon, which are Chapter 1, Introduction and Literature Review, Chapter 2, Methods, Chapter 3, Discussion of Results, Data Analysis, Findings, and Chapter 4, Conclusion and Recommendation. So, in this research report that I had garnered, the workplace can be chaotic at times, where stress in the work environment is a common challenge faced by everyone, which can impact the organization as a whole. This can be proven by the statistics in the US, where 83% of employees suffer from work-related stress. Therefore, the topic of workplace stress is important to get a better understanding of. So, according to the American Psychological Association in 2018, your stress from work doesn't immediately go away. Stress can be harmful to a person's health and mental well-being. A stressful workplace can aggregate conditions like headaches, nausea, sleep disruptions, irritability, and concentration difficulties. Anxiety, sleeplessness, and increased blood pressure can be brought on by ongoing stress. Additionally, it might aggregate existing medical issues like depression. Furthermore, from an article from Better Health Channel, they provide various factors that might lead to stress in a person's workplace. For instance, if a person's work expectations, such as working hours or duties, may exceed what they can effectively perform, they may be under a lot of pressure. Conflicts with colleagues or superiors, ongoing changes, and concerns about job stability are additional sources of stress within the workplace. A journal article from Folkman and Lazarus in 1991 states that the unintended effects of occupational stress lead to poor performance within the workplace. Furthermore, a UK research found that the majority of employees are dissatisfied with their present work environment, which requires them to put in long hours and manage the heavy workload given to them while reaching the production deadlines. This is another journal article from Townley in the 2000s. In this chapter 2, we'll talk about methods. So the data that I have gathered through my research report was supported by the quantitative research method. So what is the quantitative research method? Well, it is a process of gathering and interpreting numerical data. The use of this data is to identify trends and averages, formulate a hypothesis, and examine causality. There are various ways to collect data through a quantitative method, like questionnaires, surveys, and also polls. So, I decided to extract the collection of data through a survey set with questionnaires. In this survey, 12 questionnaires were set in regards to stress in the workplace and were given out to those who are in the workforce. In Chapter 3, the survey with a set of 12 questionnaires was provided to those who are in the workforce, in which 52 responses were collected through the survey. The responses will be presented through graphs and charts in the following slides below. So, based on diagram 1 and diagram 2, as you can see, 30 respondents answered that they enjoy working, and 31 respondents answered that they are happy with their position in their company. Unfortunately, the other 22 respondents answered that they do not like working, while 21 respondents answered that they are not happy with their position in their company. Following up to those last two diagrams, diagram 3 and diagram 4, both questions relate to each other because affected in a stressful working life is the working hours of the worker. As a result, 30 respondents answered that their working life is not stressful and that their working hours are not ideal for 27 respondents. Unfortunately, 22 answered that their working life is stressful and that the working hours of 25 respondents are not ideal. In diagram 5, we can see that there is a variety of answers provided by the respondents, in which up to 13 respondents answered that their job stresses them regularly. Furthermore, the majority, which is 18 respondents, answered that they occasionally get stressed due to their job, and a surprising number of 15 respondents seldomly get stressed over their job, whereas 6 respondents have never been stressed because of their job. So in this slide, there is a correlation between the three diagrams, which are diagram 6, diagram 7, and diagram 8. As the data proven is related to the causes of stress, which are being easily stressed during work, colleagues' interference in your job, and the workload. So following up to that, 24 respondents said yes, that they do get easily stressed while working, while 28 respondents answered that they do not get easily stressed from working. Furthermore, 21 respondents answered yes, that their colleagues make their job stressful, but the remaining 31 respondents said no. Lastly, 30 respondents said that their workload makes them stressed, though 21 respondents answered their workload does not stress them. So in this slide, both diagram 9 and diagram 10 correspond with each other as it exhibits the mental state and if their job causes a mental illness such as depression. So 32 respondents answered that their work environment affects their mental state, whereas the remaining 20 respondents answered that their mental state is not affected by their work environment. Lastly, 12 respondents answered that their job makes them depressed, while the 40 respondents answered that they are not depressed because of their job. And the last two diagrams displays the exhaustion and the emotion towards work-related topics being brought up outside the working environment. So in diagram 11, 25 respondents feel extremely fatigued after working, while the remaining 27 respondents answered that they do not feel fatigued. Furthermore, in diagram 12, 22 respondents said they do not feel annoyed when the topic of work is brought outside the working environment, while 30 respondents answered they do not feel annoyed when work-related topics are brought up. Lastly, in chapter 4, conclusion and my recommendation, stress in the workplace is a common problem and many people suffer from physical and mental afflictions which in turn affect the organization's performance. Many factors may affect a person's mental state in the workplace, like long working hours. This can be proven by the data collected by the survey. So, in my opinion, companies should encourage a healthy working environment for employees specifically. This can be carried out by firstly prioritizing the employees' mental and physical well-being by giving them an additional hour of break time, which will enable the employees to ease up. Furthermore, companies should also divide the job scope in the office and not appoint an individual to see one project or task, as this will burden the employees. Not only that, but employees also have to take the initiative by juggling work and life balance, by scheduling the day around the priorities that needed to be done related to work. In a nutshell, the stress in the workplace which is faced by employees can be overcome if the right measures are taken during the early stages by the employee and the company respectively. In this slide, you will see my reference list where we have up to 5 references, 3 of which are articles online and the last 2 are journal articles. Over here around the appendix section of my presentation, this states the raw data of my survey. So everything from slide 13 to slide 16 showcases the raw data of my survey. To those who are currently listening to my video right now, thank you so much. And to Miss, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to present my report. Thank you.